Okay, and away we go. Afternoon, MC. Let's see what today has in store for us. Will we be green? Will we be red? Get nothing in this game for two in a bed. You get that reference? We can be friends. So there's the 8 o'clock scrum. Okay. There's not a lot moving today. Boxed is the one that's moved up, but it's kind of sold off from the high. Still one to watch. That's boxed BOXD. Down, it's below the VWAP at the moment, but it's made highs today of 296. Top of the session high. I'm not seeing specific news. Let me just see if I can see some specific news. Nope. Nothing specific. Go figure. Not traded anything yet. No news on box. No catalyst as such. COXD or BOXD? I'm sure you mean BOXD. Yeah, I think you mean BOXD. Boxed. Dunkers. Good morning to you. Warm, very warm, clammy day today. So I'm gonna go and get myself my customary glass of Barocca. Thank you. All right, no problem. So CODX, core diagnostics, it's up 9%. It did move up to, well, it had a high of 594, but it's been selling off since then. Low volume, nobody's trading it right now, so it's 39,000 shares traded. It's very low volume. I wouldn't trade that. At least wait till volume comes in, maybe after the bell if volume comes in. But that's not a trade. It's 571, but that's not tradable on that level of volume. Morning, Greavesy. Yeah, it's going to be it's a quiet one this morning. Very quiet. Red box is slightly green, but no volume. Have the big movie yesterday. Moved huge amount yesterday. I didn't do a trade review, day trade review yesterday on YouTube. But simply because I was shattered after trading Revlon most of this today, and I thought, okay, crack open the gin, and I just had a night in front of the TV for a change. No, halt it, absolutely not. Why fix what isn't broken? First and foremost. Good morning, not very well. So the way I look at this is I tried trading forex initially. The thing is with forex, it's a low barrier to entry. It is the largest money market in the world globally is forex, and because of the low barrier to entry. But one of the priorities for being a successful and profitable day trader, in fact, the number one priority is risk management. And the thing is with forex, you have to take huge leverage to profit from the small moves. Now, if you do it right and you've got the right strategy, you can make money with forex. But if you're making money consistently with forex, you are one of 5% of the world's forex traders, because the majority of people lose money trading forex, and it's because of the huge risks involved. It's probably one of the more riskier components that you can trade, one of the more riskiest instruments you can trade, purely because of the huge leverage that you do have to take. That compiled with the volatility in forex, you're not going to get the same kind of volatility as you would trading equities or even crypto for that matter. So the moves, they're not going to be as reliable. So what I look for is volume and volatility when I'm looking at stocks to trade. And right now I've got neither of that. There's nothing giving me any of that. So I would rather trade low float, low cap stocks. I would invest in high cap, reputable S&P 500 stocks. I will swing trade kind of mid caps to high caps. I will swing trade crypto, and I'm invested in 4 coins on crypto. But I do stay away from forex. That's not saying that you can't make money on forex. I'm not saying go out and do forex. I'm just saying I don't trade forex for those reasons. Last 3 or 4 days. Well, Monday was a bank holiday, Trump. So you didn't miss anything then. We kind of were break even. We're a little bit down on Tuesday. Not so much. It's kind of a break-even day, but if you look at it. Yesterday we had a decent day yesterday. We made a little over 5k. We were about 13k up, but mind you saying that we were 9k down at one stage, 10k down at one stage. Well, 9k, and then we made. Then we turned that around, got to 13k up, and gave it back. I was over trading big time yesterday, particularly on Revlon. Over trading was my problem yesterday, and that's why I gave it back. So I should have quit once I got over 10k. I should have quit. 13k up, 10k up. I should have like, okay, that's enough for the day. It was a struggle to get to there, so that's what I should have quit. But I carried on and I gave back at about 8k, which wasn't good. Any thoughts on WiseKey? Let's have a look at WiseKey, because I've traded WiseKey before when the NFTs first burst onto the scene last year. Okay, so no volume at the minute. It's up 100% on very little volume. If you can look at that chart, you can see there's no volume at all. It's 5,000 shares traded, so don't trust it. Do not trust that. It's why it's gapping up. Let's have a quick look. Have a look at the catalyst, but there's no. That's not a reliable pattern, particularly on the volume that that's throwing out there. So why is key? News. All right, okay. It's a reverse split, 2 for 1. That's why it's up 100%. It's not up 100%. It's exactly what it is. So it's Wise key is it's just a 2 to 1 reverse split. So no volume, no trade. Simple. Here we go. Trolls are back. So there you go, snooze. I've just not got the patience for you today, mate. Sorry. You can watch the live, but you know, I can't be doing with your bullshit. I traded WiseKey last year, along with a lot of the other NFT stocks that it was moving. Well, let's have a look at Revlon. It's down today, I think. Maca. 787. Yeah, it seems to have peaked out yesterday when Revlon got up to over $9. It was up at 9.89 just off the open yesterday. The highest we've been today is 9.23, but it's down at 7s. The volume's not there that was earlier in the week either, so just be careful with Revlon. Someone's bored in his 90. He doesn't even have a 9 to 5. I mean, the guy's a moron. He's just a troll. If you check out his profile, if you check out some of the videos where he's mentioned as well, he just goes around trolling people. That's what he does. It looks like he's homeless, so you know. And I just normally I'd just ignore him and or I'll let him make a fool of himself, but I've just got no patience today for him, so I just put him on mute. I can't be doing with him. Welcome in my streams if you're going to be respectful. Simple. As soon as you start trolling, you get kicked. Okay, guys, you know the drill. We've got a few people in. 10 taps of the screen. Let's get the algorithm pushing this stream out. We've got a little over an hour before the market opens. An hour and 15 minutes before the market opens. So tap the screen 10 times. Let's get up to 500 likes. Let's see if we can get the algorithm to push the stream out. Revlon's not even pumping today, Owen. There's nothing pumping today. So that's just hit the 5-star therapeutics or F-star therapeutics just hit the scanners, but that's not a trade. So there's nothing doing there. Boxed is the only thing that's really looking anything like tradable, and that's not got the volume right now either. So it seems like most of the volume came out earlier in the session, and then it's not great. So boxed seems to be the main one. There's just nothing moving right now. It's just a quiet pre-market. It's going to be, I think, patience is going to be the order of the day today. We've got Powell speaking again at he's on the stand again at 10 a.m. It was like this yesterday. Nothing really kicked off until he started testifying at 9:30. He didn't say anything not new that hadn't been said in the FOMC, but we'll see what happens. UCO, take a look for you. 43.41. So this is the oil ETF. 43.41 is where it's at. It's 65 beeps up, green, slightly green. It's not looking overly bullish. Hey Carlos, well, things are quiet today at the moment, and that snoring is the lazy chow. You're going to miss me this next couple of days. She's not been without me for longer than a few hours since I got her. So I've got the dog walker coming round after the stream. After this stream, dog walker coming round to meet us. So it's going to be looking after it for me for the next couple of days. She's going to be pining. I know she is. Okay, so RHDL. Let's have a look for you. RDHL, that's why I'm not. That's not the right. Okay, Red Hill Biopharma. This is 35% up on the day. It's one of these smaller price stocks. I don't get it on my scanners because I filter out everything under $2. So that's why you won't be seeing it on these scanners here, because it's filtered out. But Red Hill Biopharma. This is up. I've not checked the catalyst, but I can do that for you. Give me 1 second. Okay, so there's a earnings call going on as we speak. But, well, in conference call scheduled for 15 minutes from now. So good earnings report. That's the catalyst for Red Hill Biopharma. No other news that I can see other than the recall announcement. The earnings have been released. Q1 earnings were released today before the market opened, and there's a call in 15 minutes, 8:30. So broken 5 minutes. What's broken? Well, that's the beauty of the markets, Macca. You never know what's going to happen, do you? Okay, so yeah, nothing. So what should we talk about? Shall we bring up the crypto charts? Have a look at how crypto's doing as well. If anybody's got a ticker that they want me to take a look at, if there's a stock that you're particularly interested in, I've got time. I'm not trading anything right now, so I do have time on my hands. I can take a look, give you my opinion, not advice. I don't give stock advice, stock picks, or signals. Not a financial advisor. Don't sue me. APA, I'll scan over APA for you. Okay, 37.85 on a very low volume. It's slightly green on the day. This dotted line is yesterday's closing price. Nothing been traded. 20,000 shares since close yesterday. So nothing happening. And that includes this 10,000 shares that the algorithmic trades at 8 a.m. the 8 a.m. scrum. So nothing moving with APA at the moment. It's been selling off hard over the last over this last month. So maybe it's due a bounce. I don't know, but it's been selling off very hard. So APA Corporation. Hey, Michael. Hey, Louisiana. So going back to your question, Carlos, how am I over the month? 12,000 off my best ever month. That's how I am over the month. So we right now, based on my trading view stats, just have a quick look at my, where's my cursor? Trading view reports, 154,000 in profit on the month, trade profit, and my best ever month was last year, May last year, was 166. So I'm 12k off my best ever month, and I've still got, this is my last day trading this week. What's going on with trading view? That's a bit weird. Somebody said yesterday that they had an issue with the trading view in terms of the appearance. Dark. I'll have to go back to that because I've lost my my dark screen. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. But anyway, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's back over 20k. So Bitcoin 20,600 right now. So it's just ranging between around that 20k mark in 2021. It did drop yesterday under 20k again. So a bit of consolidation for Bitcoin would be nice. I'm good, Michael. Thanks for asking. And what do I think over the next few months? Well, they say that summer is a lot quieter than you know, the winter months in terms of trading, but last year for me it didn't slow down. It didn't seem to slow down, at least. So we'll see what happens. SPY right now, put it on the 15, you can see the action. So sold off hard into the close yesterday, and then we had a bounce this morning, and it's rallying again. So yesterday was kind of strange for the SPY. If you look at the SPY from yesterday, so we gapped down at the beginning, and then we rallied hard, then we sold off, went red on the day again, had another bounce, and then sold off into the close, went red on the day again. So whilst it moved down, we rally. I just don't know what the S&P500 is going to do today. It's I don't think it knows what it's going to do. It's just ranging, very, very choppy at the moment. So, you know, just be careful. Workday, I'll take a look at Workday for you. Workday on the 50, well, there's no there's nothing being traded. There's 100 shares traded pre-market on Workday. It's pretty much, well, if there's only 100 shares traded, there's nothing being it's not up or down. It's not doing anything right now, Workday. It's been in steady sell-off along with the market for the last 6 months. The workday tends to follow, with the exception of earnings. If it has good or bad earnings, can actually book the trend. But workday tends to follow the wider market. So if you go back to the Dow Jones, look at this on the daily, and then we'll look at workday on the daily. Similar downwards pattern. There's the SPY. There's a bit harder sell-off here. Workday didn't have this hard sell-off here, but this downwards pattern. So that's what's been going on with workday. RDHL. That's right. I'm not trading RDHL. It was asked for in the chat, Michael. So that's why I pulled that up. It's not one that I'm going to be trading. It was just something that was asked for by Alex on YouTube. Well, Marker, I do teach people how to trade. As you know, check the link in the description. Yes, Michael, I've got was looking at that a little bit earlier. Guggenheim, GGPI. So it's up 5% today. Volume's a little bit lacking at the moment, but this merger goes through and officially changes ticker tomorrow. Hey, Penn State. Good morning to you. You are always welcome. Pan W. I'll take a look at that for you. Palo Alto. So not doing anything. There's only 560 shares traded in the out of hours session. Had a couple of good days. Look at this on the 60. You can see it's had a couple of good days in a row. But selling off from yesterday's highs, it rallied into the close yesterday. Oh, no, it rallied into the open yesterday. It sold off, and it's doing nothing at the minute. So that's Palo Alto Networks. It sold off hard yesterday as well into the close, but it's had a couple of good days. Let's see what it decides to do. Not enough volume for a trade intraday right now, so I would just wait for the bell to see what happens. Bitcoin gets over 23k right now. I think the market makers are playing silly buggers with Bitcoin and crypto in general. I think they're waiting for a couple of whales a couple of big players to get liquidated, margin called, and we'll see what happens. Wouldn't surprise me if we break 17k with Bitcoin, but likewise, it wouldn't surprise me if we break 30k with Bitcoin in the next month. It could go either way right now. Oh, well, let's have a look at Peloton. Problem with Peloton is they came to the market during the pandemic. It's overpriced products, and the competition is not only better but cheaper. My opinion, not financial advice. Look at this on the daily. It's been selling off hard. So, since it gapped down last November, it's never looked back. It's selling off hard. It's now, I mean, Peloton, it was what, 140 at the height of the pandemic. It's now under $10. That's a company in trouble, big time. What are my thoughts on McDonald's? I like the double Big Mac. Oh, look at RDHL again for you, so you can see for yourself. So RDHL, Red Hill Biopharma. It's looking on the 15-minute. It's popped up on earnings release and selling off now. There's a conference call due to start in 5 seconds. So you might see some movement on Red Hill Biopharma, but just I would wait for the market's reaction to the call. I can't see. The only reason for that is the earnings release. So I can't see. It doesn't look overly bullish to me. Let's just say that much, based on this sell-off. Bit of a pump and dump almost. The earnings weren't too bad on Red Hill, but you know, no, this is not a pint. This is Barocca. Gonna have a look at Exela. Exela Tech had a good day yesterday. Could move up. Now 19-20 cents. What we're talking about, 20 cents and 20.88 cents is the high of this session. We're looking at a 3-cent range on the session. Oh, that's Exela. 8 million volume. Not a big fan of these literal penny stocks myself, but you know, if you're in it, good luck. Seaga's been moving today. I've seen some moves, but it's not been moving on huge volume. It's moving moving up. So Sega is 9% up on the day, nearly 10% up on the day. The volume 1.5 million is the volume at the moment. Let's see, is there a catalyst for this? Okay, so Sega wins 13 million global orders for monkeypox therapeutics. So that dropped this morning, half an hour ago. That's why Sega's moving up. Interesting. Vidu, I'll have a look at Vidu. I'll keep an eye on Sega because that's a decent Vidu just hitting the scanners. EBIG hitting the scanners as well, so Vidu here just hitting the scanners with a little bit of a pop-up. No news. That looks like there's a news catalyst just dropped, but I'm not seeing it. Nope. Visionary Execution Technologies gained 47% to close at 173 yesterday. No news. I don't know what the catalyst is, but yeah, it's up. They do. You're looking at relative volume, not quite there yet. Normally does 2.2 million shares on average. Today it's a little under a million, so it probably will get decent relative volume, but it's just not there yet. What part of Ireland am I in? I'm in Dublin. Well, if a company doesn't succeed, it's always because it's bad management. Simple. Any company can succeed if it's got good management. Did I cut? If I cut the pill in half, Carlos, that would be put the half in, so the pint would be lighter. So, okay. Just looking through the chat. Yeah, actually, have yesterday. So Phoenix Motors yesterday, I got it. That's where I made my money yesterday, because I was slightly down on Revlon. I was up and down and up and down, and it was exhausting. But I made $7,000 on Phoenix Motors yesterday. But just be careful with some of these IPOs, low float IPOs. So this was an IPO in May at Vedu, Visionary Education. But I'm not seeing anything to spark off. If you look at it on the daily, you can see that it's been pretty much, it IPO'd and then sold off, and it's been pretty static since. So I'm not seeing any reason for it to make a move up yesterday and today, or the volume. I'm not seeing any catalyst. But the thing is with IPOs, they can do that. They can just enter the market, lay dormant for a week or two, and then take off or sell off. It depends. I mean, this had a hard sell-off. Started up at nearly 30,000, so nearly $30. So to be trading, when you IPO a couple of weeks ago at $30, to be trading at $2, not. Yes, we can have a look at that. Sound of fun? Sure, we can. And good morning to you. Yeah, everybody's got a hike interest. Actually, saying that, Japan haven't. If we do, there's a flag forming on the 1 minute and on the 2 minute. But yes, I'll have a look at Biosig for you. Sound of fun. 96 cents on very low volume. It's 8.5% up from the close price, but low volume. There's no trades there just yet. Wait for the bell. You might get some volume come in that you can trade it, but right now there's no trade, there's no volume. You need two things. You need volatility and volume. If you're going to trade something intraday, you need volume and volatility. If you've not got either, there's no trade. If you've not got one, if you've got one without the other, there's no trade. You need both. Otherwise, I mean, if you want to swing trade something based on a news catalyst that you think's it's going to move on, either up or down, that's a different way of trading. You can do that. You don't necessarily need high volume for that, but I would recommend, if you're waiting for something to move, you need volume to move it. Just say. How to trade or read volume? Is that a statement or a question there, Afrosol? AMC pre-market is slightly up, low volume. The whole market right now is low volume, so just be patient. We've got an hour to the market opens, well, 50 minutes to the market opens, so just be patient. It's going to be, I think it's going to be one of those days where it's going to be a slow starter, slow burner, and then we'll probably take off after 10 a.m. market time. In my opinion, I'm hoping for that, because I'd like to get that 12k today. I'll be happy with 5. The target's 5 today, so just want to get the 5. What is good volume? Kinga, it's relative. It's relative to the stock. If you look in the middle of the screen there, I'll show you something. Okay, look in the middle of the screen at these scanners. So you can look at here at F-Star Therapeutics. Okay, that's popped up on 1.4 million. It averages, so there's 1.4 million shares traded. That's good relative volume. It averages 139,000 on a day over the last 3 months. So we've got more than 10x in the relative volume. We've got Boxed has already done 7.8 million. It averages 2.7 million. So we've already got a 3x on Boxed. nearly, in terms of relative volume. However, that being said, you look at BBIG, it's done 1.1 million. It normally does 20 million shares traded on an average day. So that's low relative volume. So it all depends on the float size. So you've got to look at, you know, how many shares are available to trade. So is it rotate? How often does it rotate its float? What does it trade like? Is it a liquid stock? Does it trade like, so what does it trade like regularly? What's the regular volume? Let's say over the last 3, 6, 12 months, however long you want to do it. I take Benzinga's lead and I look over the last 3 months or 100 days. What's been the average volume? And then you get the relative volume by dividing one by the other. So you want at least 2x on the relative volume, at least, ideally 3x or better. Well, AMC had a good open yesterday, MC. So AMC, it shot up out of the gates and then sold off for the rest of the day. It maintained it held some of its gains, but it's slightly up today. Well, it's not really relative for index like the SPY, because you get the volume regardless. So the volume on ETFs and indexes. So the SPY is an ETF that mirrors the S&P 500 index. So you're going to get high volume no matter what, but you're not going to get volatility in terms of huge moves, which is what I'm looking for across any given day from an intraday trade. So the SPY, it's a, what's the word I'm looking for? As an ETF, you know, it's made up of a whole bunch of different stocks. But I would rather use trade those individual instruments that could be having a good day, that make up the derivative. So the derivative being the ETF, in this case the SPY. Or the triple Q if you want to look at the Nasdaq. So if you look at the Nasdaq, the triple Q is an ETF that represents the Nasdaq. So I would rather trade the stocks on the Nasdaq rather than the derivative that is based on a whole bunch of them. How much money would you need to invest to get 5k? How long's a piece of string? It depends on the. So if you're a good trader and you've got a good stock, you can make 5k on 1k. If you're a sound trader, what I'd say, and it depends over how long sound of fun. If you're looking at getting $5,000 a day, just to put it into context, I'm quite an aggressive trader, and my goal this year is to average 5,000 a day. Right now, my equity position in this account is nearly $156,000 is my equity position. That gives me, because I've got the leverage from CMEG, which is 6 times, I've got leverage over 900,000, nearly $1 million worth of buying power. So for me to get $5,000 a day, I should be able to do that with $1 million of buying power, absolutely. But I normally start every month with $30,000 in my account, which gives me $180,000 of buying power. So when I start the month, at the beginning of the month, I won't be looking to make 5,000 on a daily basis. I need to scale up. What I tend to do, and what I recommend a lot of people doing, is set your goals and your risk based on a percentage of your equity or your buying power. So you might want to set your goals as a 1% of your buying power and set your risk at 1% of your equity, or something along those lines. No problem, MC. I'll see you at the bell. So if you're using an ISA account, you get no leverage. Savings account or a SIP, which is a pension account, you get no leverage. It's treated like a cash account. But it's tax-free. which is a good thing. That's well, kind of, Kinga. So if Apple, Microsoft, Tesla all go up, and the rest of the S&P 500, there's 500 stocks all go up, then of course the SPY will, SPX, and or the SPY in this case, that will go up commensurately, because it's made up of all those 500 stocks. So you might get some go up and some go down, which is a typical day. That does happen, but overall the market tends to stay the same. Now you've got leaders and laggers with regards to the index, in particular the SPY. So on any given day, there's usually one leader or a handful of leaders that will determine the direction of the market, but the rest follow the market. And then when the market is particularly following a trend, then the majority of the stocks will follow the market. So, Alvin, yes, you absolutely can. Just check out the link in my link tree. There's you can get lessons right there at a very affordable rate. Well, let's look at PEV. It's 14% up on the day. And it's million shares traded already. So we're getting the volume coming in. It's a bit quiet to start off with. A bit too extended just yet. So wait, you're looking, don't chase this just because it's pumping. We've got a high of session right now of $7. This was extremely volatile yesterday, but just don't chase it just because it's pumping. Wait for a nice, decent entry. Wait for a pullback, get it on a pullback. Yeah, those are the big. So those are big stocks that I would say those are good for dollar cost averaging. Those are good for investing long term, because not only if you're invested in those big stocks long term, Kinga, you're not just getting the compounding effect of your equity with those stocks, but as a shareholder, you also get dividends from those. So they'll pay you X amount per share in dividends, and if you've got enough shares, then that in itself can become an income. Well done, not very well. So you got it. Oh, you did well there. 650 would have been a good entry. Good pullback there. Gonna wait for the whole dollar. It got rejected at $7 previously. Gonna wait for the break of the whole dollar. I'm a little bit late to this one. That's where it was rejected before. $704. We're just setting new highs. Oh, my montage. I didn't unlock my montage from yesterday. That's not good. When Tesla going to reach your average share price at 9.45? I don't know when Tesla's going to reach 9.45 again. My calls for 9.50 were 9.40, I think it was. They expired. Yeah, they expired. So no problem with that. Well done. You timed the top absolutely spot on there. Not very well. Well done for you. That's a good trade. 65 cents. 65 cents on the share. Brilliant. That's a brilliant trade. Well done. I mean, if you can get 65 cents, or you get one trade a day, 65 cents on the share. Let's just say you've got $1,000 in your account, right? And you get 6 times leverage. So say you've got $1,500 in your account, you get 6 times leverage. So $1,500 gives you $9,000 worth of buying power. You're getting in at 635. We're not very well got in there, and out at 7. So you're making, you take 1,000 shares and you're making 65 cents on that. You just made 650 quid, $650 off a $15 equity position, just on that one trade. So if you can get 65 cents on per share on the day, that's a phenomenal. I always say, and I recommend this to anybody, if you can get between 10 and 15 cents per day on the share, on average, it's going to be a good day for you. Looking for the break of 7 again. I'll get in there. Right at the top. So I'm not one of these people that buy low, sell high. I'm one of these people that buy high and sell higher. $6G, well done, fantastic. That's one of the best. That's the best news I've heard all day. That one, not very well. It's a great trade. Well done. Just scale in there. Just lock a bit of profit in and scale in. My exit now is 7.11. I had 7,000 on this yesterday. I'm doing exactly this. It's locking in $1,000 there. Wasn't taking not taking huge amounts, because there's only 1 million shares in the float, by the way, which is why it moves with such venom. But it can also move, you know, somebody in unload size, it can also move with such venom as well. Big time. Just be careful. Make sure you take profits along the way. I'm getting out here. We're getting a bit of a shooting star there. So topping tail. Exit indicator. So I've just got out and just made 1,500. I just made 1,500 bucks on that one trade, and not very well made 6 grand on that trade. So well done, well done on that one. Not very well. So that was a great trade. Oh, Revlon, I'm not giving up on it, but it's not worth trading right now. So don't get married to a stock. It's a simple. If there's something better moving, you trade. You go. As a day trader, you follow the crowds. And that's what we're looking for with the volume. The volume tells you where the crowds are. So right now, this is where the crowds are. 3.1 million shares traded in the last 20 minutes. So Revlon, whilst it could make another move up, I'm not waiting for Revlon to move. So that pullback was nice. Let's see if we can get a continuation. Yeah, get in there for the move back up. Okay, and if this, just giving this 10 cents. Wanted to see this break the $0.50. Right, okay, get out there. Small loss, $400 down. I don't know about everybody being on what's the share float for PEV? The share float for PEV is a little under 1 million shares. A very small float. How do I figure out my short-term taxes at the end of the year? I pay an accountant to do that for me, buddy. That's the best thing you can do. Morning quarter. Morning PMZ. How do I find the driving catalyst? Benzinga. So PEV is a recent, if you look at this on the daily as well, so this is the daily, you can see that it was an IPO at the beginning of the month, sold off, and then yesterday it just exploded. So there's no specific catalyst driving this other than it's a recent IPO. So, but where do I find the stocks? You can see this on the 50 on the momentum scanner here, and on the gap scanner. That PEV is the top gap scanner and it's top of the momentum as well. So that's why it hits the scanners, the Benzinga scanners. If you're not using Benzinga, check it out. In the link tree, click on my face, go into my profile. There's a link there. It says the TikTok Trader. Give that a click. Go through the splash screen. The first link on the link tree is me teaching people how to trade. And all my strategies and everything else. But the second link is where I get the stocks to trade, the trade selection. You know, scanners, alerts, signals, news, calendars, all of that, all at the push of a button. That's Benzinga. You can try that free for 14 days. It's brilliant. I swear by it. It can be, the list price is $177 a month, but if you go for a quarter or annually subscription, you get discounts, like 30% off if you pay annually. But there's also a discount link in my link tree as well. Day Trade with Tony, so DTWT, DTWT 35 will give you 35% off any essential subscription regardless of time frame with Benzinga. Go and check it out. It really is a great product. If you're a day trader, you're looking for stocks to trade, you're looking for something that's going to let you know, like when PEV makes a move, when you get momentum, why it moves, all of that kind of stuff, Benzinga's a must. Like, not very well, 6 grand on one trade. That's like 10 minutes work. Fantastic trade, well done. And I missed it because if I got in down here, that would have been my entry. Should have been down here at 650. Would have been a really good entry. You get the pullback and then the move up. It's kind of a flag setup and then the move up. But instead, I got this pullback and then I waited for the break of the whole dollar. Could have got in a little bit earlier, but I waited for the whole dollar breakout. We got rejected at the $7 level twice. I waited for the whole dollar breakout, and that's when I got in and just adding to the position. Riding up, I took a position for another move back up at the top, but that went against, so we exited. We're already $1,100 up on that. How much did I go in with that? I went in with 5,000 shares. So at let's say it's $7 a share, that's $35,000 worth of buying power required. So if you've got an account that's $6,000, you could have made that $1,100. A $6,000 account would have given you $36,000 worth of buying power with 6x leverage. So you could have made that, $1,500 as it was up here, just as quick. That was like, what, 5 minutes work? It's Phoenix Motors. It's an EV manufacturer, a recent IPO, Inga. So the ticker is PEV. The company is Phoenix Motors Incorporated. Now it's consolidating a bit. This was extremely volatile yesterday, and because it's only a small float, it will move big with a very little push. But also there'll be people loading up here, right? Okay. You see this histogram here on the left hand side. This is volume by price. So you can see there's a whole bunch of people. The more people that have bought at this level, which is kind of 735, 740-ish. So a lot of bag holders right now bought in there. Then at this level. So if it drops below, you might get a real sell-off. There's quite a lot of people bought up at here, holding bags on that. So this is volume by price, as I say. And this volume is the histogram at the bottom. So this is 250,000 shares on that. You're over 250,000 shares on that one candle here. Why wouldn't I trade with an ISA account? The Sound of Fun wants to know. Quick answer to that is there's two answers to that. The first one is no leverage, obviously. The second one is you're limited on how much you can get tax free. So with my ISA account, once you've hit the limits, then it's just a normal account. It's just a normal cash account. There's limited how much you can trade tax free with an ISA. With a SIP, on the other hand, which is a self-invested pension plan, a SIP account, which I have with Interactive, there's no limits to how much you can put in there. So it's like an ISA and it's tax free, but you can't withdraw from that until you're at least 55. So you have to be a minimum of 55 years old. So I have no problem doing that because I've only got a few more years to wait anyway. So I'll continue doing this for a few years, and I've got it all stored up there in my SIP. No, this is the US market, Kinga. This is the US market. Oh, missed that breakout. Nah, never mind. Look for support at the $0.50. Got in there for the break of new highs. I would like to have got in here about 7:35, but hey, look. Went up yesterday. We had highs of 840. Absolutely, Michael. That's the whole point of the deal. You want to be making money. It depends on your broker. So many brokers will allow you to trade pre-market. My broker, this is Capital Markets Elite Group, will allow me to trade from 7:30 market time, which is 2 hours before the market opens. So not every broker will allow you to trade pre-market. There's only a handful will. I think you can trade pre-market with Interactive brokers. I'm not sure about 212. So we're trying to make a move up. Getting a bit exhausted here, so I'm just going to take a little bit off at the top, take half a position, reduce the exposure. Okay with that. 2,500 shares. Keep this 2,500 shares in. Now that we're taking a little bit off. We got 5 cents on that last deal, but it would have been better if we got 10. But we're holding this now. We're going to see if our break even is our stop. If it pulls back to my entry price, which is 63. That's when I get out. I can ride this up a little bit. If it breaks $8, I can add to the position at a discount, like taking an entry at a discount. We're getting up towards the whole dollar now. It blasted past $7, but we've just moved a whole dollar. So think about that. You take 1,000 shares of a $7 stock, that's $7,000. You only need like $1,200 in your account to be able to do that on a 6x leverage. You take 1,000 shares and you held this all the way up from $7 to $8, or even from $6.50 to $8, you could have made 1,500 bucks. You doubled your money on this one move. And you get that. but don't get greedy. I'll get out if it drops below 770. Remember to take profits along the way and don't get greedy. I'll get out there. Just lock in the profits. So 1500 up on the day. We're back to 1500 up on the day. But well, don't worry about that PMZ. That's okay. Don't worry about if the stock rips up later. FOMO is the enemy of the profitable trader. Profits are profits, absolutely, 100%. So if you sell it for a profit and it goes up without you afterwards, it doesn't matter. You've made a profit. So don't worry about FOMO. Nobody catches the tops and bottoms of a move. So like I said earlier, so not very well trained, got in at 635. So she got in this one here, pulled back, got in at 635. I would have probably gone in at 650, the break of the $0.50, a little bit more cautious. But I missed that one. So I could have been kicking myself that I missed this whole move up to 50 cent move. I got in at $7. I could have kicked myself for missing this move here, and I got in at, you know, for the new high here instead of getting in at 735. What's the point? Nobody gets the full move. Nobody gets the full move. You have to be an amazing trader to get the full move. Okay, sound of fun. Will you ever need to pay additional taxes to the US on your US stocks trading on the ISA account in the UK? No, you don't. So you pay taxes on where you earn your money. It doesn't matter about where you're actually located. So if you're located in the Cayman Islands, for example, you won't be paying taxes. There's no capital gains tax in the Cayman Islands. So you can go and trade as much as you want based in the Cayman Islands, and all your profits are your profits. It doesn't, and you don't get taxed anywhere. That's an advantage, which is why some people like to go on and do that. You can do that in Portugal, I believe, as well, but you trade and there's no capital gains tax. So that's another way of looking at it. Hey, Alistair, popping in. I hope you're having a good break, mate. Yesterday was okay. We made, well, we gave back 60% off the top, but we finished the day over five grand up yesterday. So we need 12k to have our best month ever. We've got 5 trading days, including today, 5 trading days for the month to make 12k. If I can make 3 grand a day on average, I'm targeting myself on 5k a day. If I can make 3 grand a day, I'll have my best ever month. It's actually more than that. It depends how you break it down, Maka. It depends how you break it down. Capital gains tax. If you're trading in a company, you set yourself up a limited company. You trade in a company, then you pay corporation tax instead of the capital gains tax. But then, if you take a salary out of that, you'll have to pay regular income tax on the salary. So better to pay yourself a dividend, or pay for all your expenses and put them through as expenses on the business, like you put your mortgage through on the business, because it doubles up as your office. You can put your heating and your running costs, because you've got to heat your office, and you've got a telephone costs and all that kind of stuff, internet costs and everything else. So you speak to a good accountant, minimize your tax liabilities before you actually, and then if you take a dividend tax is less than income tax. So that's another way of reducing, instead of paying yourself a salary. That's if you're trading in a limited liability company, an LLC or limited company. If I'm not an accountant, so this is not financial advice, I'm just saying this is what I do. So if you're trading it in your own name, then you will be liable to short-term capital gains tax if you're day trading. And it varies from country to country. So I'm not going to say how much that is, because if you're in the States or Canada, it's going to be different. In Ireland, it's different to the UK, it's different to Holland and Germany, etc. So speak to your accountant and get them to do your books for you. They will, that burger that you bought while you was out with the kids, that's a business expense. Just saying. Well, I don't mind paying big sums in tax. Well, I say I don't mind paying big sums in tax, but if you're paying a lot in tax, it means you're earning a lot. You know, quid pro quo. The one thing you can't get away from is paying a tax man. You know, do you want to go to jail? Which I am looking into relocating at some stage to somewhere nice and warm. So Vadu seems to be making moves up now. Have a look. No, it did make a move up, but it's a bit choppy, that. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can see. That's a bit more choppy and not as volatile as PEV. So PEV is still the best one for me, and we only need the one stock per day. For example, I've just made $1,500 on this one. If nothing else materializes, will I be happy with $1,500 on the day? Well, hell yeah, think about that. If you make $1,500 a day, 5 days a week, and there's an average 20 trading days per month, so that's what, $7.5 grand a week. That's 30 grand a month. That's across the course of a year, $360,000 a year. About $1,500 a day. Thailand, well, nobody pays tax in Thailand. It's, I mean, if you work there, it's all cash in hand. Actually, if you can be a digital nomad and not pay tax. That's another way of doing it. You can have your you can live in one place, you can be domiciled, but if you can prove that you don't live in one location for more than 3 months of the year, when to buy PEV, when it's ready to move, it's just consolidating right now. So I would wait for the break of $8, because if you get in for breaking these highs now, the high of day right now is 789. So you've got 11 cents before the whole dollar level. You've got 2 cent spreads, you know, 1/2 2 cent spreads. So you've got 11 cents. So you can only make 9 cents before you're hitting the $8, which means, yeah, that's not a bad move, but you've got the whole dollar resistance. Excuse me. And if you've got the whole dollar resistance, it's a psychological level as well, and it's a very low float stock, it might come flushing back down. So right now you might be looking at the flag setup, and that's another potential entry. You can look at the flag setup on the 2 minute 770. So if it breaks the $0.75 level, entry at 775 to move up and take profits at 8, maybe. Not stock picks, not advice. Don't sue me if you lose money. Just saying my opinion. Because if you look at this, on the 2 minute, there's a nice little flag set up here, and what you're looking for is the next candle to make a new high. So you look at round numbers, because you've got a psychological level of the $0.75 level, 775. So you break that, get in, and you know there's a possible 25 cent move before you hit the wall up at $8. So just say my opinion. For educational and entertainment purposes only. Don't sue me. Yeah, so if you're a digital nomad, and actually I just read, funnily enough, just yesterday, that Indonesia, so you can go to Bali tax-free. If you are a digital, what they call a digital nomad, if you can work remotely, whatever your job is, and can be considered as remote work, you can go and live in Bali tax-free. And they're just rolling that out at the moment. So Indonesia is rolling out a digital nomad residency permit, so you can go and live there tax-free. So there's a lot of advantage, and it's worth looking into it. And if you speak, this is why a good accountant is worth the money. Don't just go to the guy who's got an office above the chip shop. Get a good accountant. I know they charge it a bit more, but you make the money back with how much they save you. Trust me. But yeah, there's advantages to being a digital nomad. You have a job like this and trade from anywhere. Get a couple of mobile screens, trade from hotels, and just go from one place to another if you're successful at it. Not what I'm doing, but good. Okay, so we've got 15 minutes to the bell. I'm going to wait to the bell before I get in any more trades. It depends on how you do it, Owen. So if you trade in your own name, it's short-term capital gains. So you'll get hit with capital gains because you're buying and selling equities. So it's like flipping houses the same way. So if you buy a house today and you flip it for 100 grand profit, you get capital gains taxed on that 100 grand profit. You don't get taxed on the whole amount. You get taxed on the profit that you made. So it's the same with stocks. It's considered an equity the same way as you would with property. So I'm doing okay, Super Chip. So that's if you're trading in your own name. If you're trading in under a company name, then it's slightly different because it's company profits. So you would end up that's what the company does for a living. So you pay corporation tax. Exactly. Set up a limited and do it through Owen Jones Investments and pay corporation tax 100%. And then you pay all of your expenses, your living expenses, as business expenses. So that burger that you bought for the kids, the pizza that you got delivered to the office, that all goes down as business expenses to reduce your overall costs. And then if you're taking money out, don't take it as a salary, you take it out as dividends. So dividend tax is less than income tax. Your base rate of income tax is less than a dividend tax, but overall it will work out cheaper to take a dividend than it will to pay yourself an income from that, because you will then pay, if you pay yourself a salary, you'll have to pay income tax on that, plus national insurance or PRSI, depending on where you are, or whatever it is, social insurance or whatever it is. So Maka, what platform would I recommend for beginners? Absolutely 100%. You get the right tools for the right job. Must have good tools so you can make quick decisions. Right tools for the right job. You wouldn't be a plasterer and try and plaster walls with a butter knife. Simple. You can do it, but it's going to take you forever, and the job's probably not going to be great either. So the same thing with anything else. If you're a dentist, you want a dentist drill. You don't want a Makita power drill, a Makita masonry drill. So right tools for the right job. You would like a direct, ideally, you want a direct market software, a direct market platform. So I'm using DAS Trader, which is DAS. It stands for Direct Access Software, which is the acronym. And that's what I trade with. I can trade with multiple different brokers on this platform. So I'm using Capital Markets Elite right now. I also use it with Interactive Brokers. There's a whole bunch. I think 212 you can trade with Dash Trader. Trade Zero, I think they do Dash Trader as well. But there may be platform fees associated with that. Speak to your broker about it. Most brokers will have APIs. If you've got a subscription with Dash Trader, most brokers will have APIs that you can link in and use Dash Trader with it. So just saying with that one. Sterling Trade is another good one. I've been playing around with TC2000. That's another good one. Ninja Trade, I've just started playing around with Ninja Trader, which is, I'm not going to comment too much. I'm just getting a feel for that at the moment, so I'll let you know how that is. Dash do charge a subscription. If you're going through Dash Trader, it charges a subscription. If your broker provides Dash Trader, they will charge you platform fees and data fees. Now, Capital Markets provide me with this version of Dash Trader, which is their OEM version, and they charge me platform fees and they charge me data fees. The platform fees, they reimburse me if my commissions reach, I think it was $500 or $600 a month, which I usually pay more than that in commissions. You know, well, I sometimes pay more than that in commissions on a daily. So across the course of a month, my commissions are always more than $500-600. So I get my platform fees reimbursed, which essentially means that Capital Markets are giving me the platform for free, and all I'm paying is the data fees, which works out about $35 a month or something. So Owen, yeah, absolutely. Now, Ireland's not too bad in terms of corporation tax. The rate of corporation tax is no. Dash Trader and TC2000 are two different platforms. They compete against each other. TC2000 is a trading platform. Dash Trader is a trading platform. They both link with the broker, and it's the broker that you put your money with. Okay, so Dash Trader works with, as I say, I work with Interactive Brokers, and I've used Dash Trader to trade. My account is with Interactive Brokers, but I will trade on the Dash Trader platform. No, it's not a Newcastle shirt, it's my referee shirt from, just a stripy shirt, but, you know, it's actually green. It looks black and white with a yellow stripe, but it's actually green. Oh, it's going to be up and down. This is going to be up and down and volatile, which is why you want to heed the exit indicators. So up here, when I got the move up, I took some profits on the way up, and then we started getting these devil horns here. So I'll zoom back in so you can see it. The devil horns is basically two wicks at the top of a move. That's an exit indicator. If you don't heed the exit indicators, you can get caught in a flush. And be wary of stocks like this. Very low float stock. There's less than 1 million shares in the float, so it's already recycled its float more than 6 times today. So huge volatility on this particular stock. Recent IPO. Yeah, float 900,000 on the float, and it's already done 6 million, 6.6 million on the session. Why is it rallying? Well, it's an EV car maker. So they make electric vehicles, and so Phoenix Motors, if you want to check out the company. And it IPO'd at the beginning of the month. So it was initial offering at the beginning of the month. They got listed on the stock exchange at the beginning of the month. That's why it's moving up. It took a while, took a couple of weeks before it actually. So if you look at it on the daily, this is where it started off at. So it's actually reached yesterday all-time highs, and we've just passed that. And this is, you can see where we traded it up already today. It sold off initially. And then took a while, and then yesterday had this massive interest and just moved up. And I made $7,000 on this yesterday. So can we get more moves and more revenue off it today? I hope so. So we've got right now 7 minutes to the bell, 7 minutes to the open. You'll get to know when the opens. So there's some big sales still going through, like 3,000 shares at a time. You can't short it, I don't think. Oh, it is shortable. I didn't think you'd be able to short it with it being new to the market, but it is shortable. You can short it. SPY, yeah, 377, 378. 378 today, I think. Good bet. 377 now. It's 75 beeps up. Will it sell off? It rallied well yesterday from a gap down position and then sold off into the open. Will we get the inverse of that? I'm not so sure. Right now, I don't know what the SPY is going to do. I don't know what the markets are going to do. I've got to be honest. And Powell's going to be talking at 10 a.m. market time as well. He's back on the stand at 10 a.m. apparently. Locates are expensive on most stocks at the moment, Iron Trader. I've been looking at that. If you're planning on shorting stocks, just check out how much it costs for locate. If it's a hard to borrow stock, check out locates. It's a lot of stocks are just not shortable, and some of them are difficult to. If they're difficult to borrow, the cost to borrow is through the roof on a lot of these stocks. I don't know if that's due because of the interest rate hike or just, you know, where the things are at the moment in the market. Right, who's chatting me on the Discord? Oh, good morning, guys in the Discord. I do. That's moving up nicely. Boxed is moving up nicely as well, but the range isn't great. Vedu is a similar kind of move as PEV, but it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper price. Okay. So this PEV just consolidating right now. Looking at boxed, the range is not great on boxed in terms of the average true range. In terms of trying to get a good move on this, I don't like it right now. 250. It's a little bit cheaper. So that's it's up. It's potentially a gap and go candidate. We've got Vedu, another potential gap and go candidate. We've got 2 minutes to the open. PEV, don't mind this consolidation, pulling back to the VWAP is potentially a good move. Don't mind this consolidation for then another spurt at the open, finding support around that $0.50 level. Just watch those three at the open. Oh, Revlon making a move to the upside. Trying to go green on the day. So, still watching Revlon. This potentially could move at the open. I've got Revlon, I've got Phoenix Motors, which is PEV, Rev and PEV. I've got Vedu, which is this one, Visionary Education. We've got Boxed, which is Boxed. So those are what I'm watching at the open at the moment. I always keep an eye on GameStop and AMC for the apes. Let's watch the open. We're coming up to that 15 seconds. Fifteen seconds to the open. Right, there we go. Looking to break the pre-market high. Just taking an opening position. I'm going to give it 20 cents. Breaks 750. I'll be out. Zoom in so we can actually see the action. So our entry was 774. I'll just put a stop at 760. 15 cents. And for that move up, the break of the whole dollar. We'll get 5 cents on this. At the least, we'll get 5 cents on this. I'll just move my stop up to 779. There we go. This is an extra 250 bucks. 5,000 shares, $5. It's 250. 5,000 shares, 5 cents is 250 bucks. The reason I moved it up was because we started to get that topping tail up there towards the whole dollar level, and it just didn't look strong enough to break. So we'll watch that. Don't mind Revlon just tanked, made a move up and then tanked. That was Revlon, tanked at the open. Redu selling off. Right now, we made a little bit of profit there, but what I would say is just wait for the opening 5-minute candle to form. Watch the first 5 minutes, you'll get your opening range, and then we can start looking at, okay, well, we know which direction it's going to take. So 595 is the high of day right now. $745 is the low. That's the opening. That's the range at the moment. Session range. That's on PEV. I'm still looking at other things. Little sell-off on the S&P 500. I can't believe I've got Euroclean still open on the watch list. In blue, so I don't want those on my watch list. I want Purdue boxed. Okay, so now we're getting moves to the upside. Stupid fly, get out of my face. So we're $1,700 up before the opening range is formed. Well, that's not a bad start to the day. We're looking for 5,000. That's the daily average that we're looking for at the moment. It's coming towards the end of the month. We're looking for 5K today. Again, we got 5K yesterday. We're looking for it again today. But you take the right setups. Wait for the setup. Don't jump in just because it's moving. Look for the setup. Here we go. We want to wait for the 795 is the high of day. We want it to break $8. There we go. The whole dollar resistance. I've just got an 805. We've got halt level at 850, 852. Okay, so that's meeting a bit of resistance at the $0.25 level there. I've got 5,000 shares in this at the moment. My exit is going to be $8. Put a stop at $8 for the whole dollar support. Holding this 5,000 at the moment. Give the trade a little bit of room. So I'm only risking 6 cents. Spreads ranging between 2 and 5 cents in spreads. Well, it's not too bad. But it is only a 1 million share float, so just be careful with that. I'm going to move this up a stop to 8.10. Might get stopped out with that one, but it's not looking as strong as I thought it was going to be. So there we go, got stopped out. So made a little bit of profit on it. So we're up to 19.50. Not huge. These are they're not huge gains, a couple of $100 at a time. They're not huge, but it's base hits. And if you can make $200 here, $200 there, you know, it all adds up. You do that 5 times, it's $1,000. Not comfortable with these wicks right now. That's interesting. Get back in there. Put a pushing on this ticker a little bit. $8.25 is our entry. Got a stop at 8.10, which is the low of the previous candle, but we got stopped out before. See if we can break the $0.50. We're not too far off. We'll put 36. Just move my stop, so risking 10 cents on this one right now. First candle to make a new high, just move it up to 18. So low of that candle is 19, so I'll put it down at 19. First candle to make a new low gets us out. We're in at 25, so I'm risking 6 cents on this. There we go, stopped out. We lost on that. You don't win every trade. Just so you know, you can't make profits on every trade. Some go against you, but it's all about risk management. So you've got to manage your risk. I was risking 6 cents on that trade there, and I moved my stop up as it moved. So what else is moving up? Nothing jumping out. I'll change my scanners over so we get some action. Very quiet pre-market. So let's see what the regular market gives us. Right now, $1,600 for 10 minutes work. Can't complain about that, can we? Okay, so missed my entry there. Got in at 44. We're looking for the break of the $0.5. Got rejected at the $0.5 before. Looking for the move up now. Move up, break the $0.5 here. Not quite. Right. That's a bit of an exit indicator right there. Looking for the move up. We're getting a little bit of support at 30. So we're in this decent size too right now. 10,000 shares. Didn't get the breakout I'm looking for. That doji is a worry. That's why. Doji is an exit indicator, so I need to heed that. Give it a little bit of room to move up. Check it out. It's 10. I don't want 10. I set my stop at 10. Stop at 15. Okay, that stopped me out. So 1400 in the hole now. I should have heeded the warnings up here. We've got the little top and tail up here, then the doji. Those were exit indicators. Got in too late. Oh, I was chasing. That's something you don't want to be doing. Don't chase the action. Wait for a good entry. Now, a good entry would have been here. I should have been waiting for the next pullback as opposed to chasing the action. That's my own fault. We're in it again. This time we're breaking the $0.5. Continuation of the same thought process. So I'm just going to hold this again to 810. Exit. I want to support at the same level. Risky adding the dip there. This could go against me or it could go for me. My average cost now is 33. We're in this. Chewy having a move, is it? Good luck with Chewy, Roberts. Hope it works out for you. I'll have a look later. It's not hit my scanners yet. Not the levels hit my scanners yet, but good luck with that. So we're now looking for this move up. Nice little move up. Finding resistance at the $0.5. So, damn. Fuck. I'm still in that. Damn, 14 grand in the hole. Halted. That's how quickly it can go against you guys. All right. That was someone unloading big size. Someone dumped big time. And I'm left holding the bag. 17,000 I'm in the hole on that one. Damn. That's painful. Yeah, it happened yesterday. I saw that yesterday. I wasn't in it when it happened yesterday. I'd already got out. And that can happen if you've not got your stop in, and I didn't have a stop in place, which is why I always say manage your risk, put a stop in place. I should have had a stop there at 8.10 and I didn't put it there. Damn, that hurt. Well, is it going to keep falling, or is it? Do you know what? It had a really good bounce yesterday when it did this. Look at this on the 5 minute, I'll show you. It actually gapped down, it flushed like this, gapped down to the VWAP and bounced on the VWAP. And it was a good 40 cent move on the VWAP. So that's painful. We might be able to recover that. Let's have a look. There's no support level though, that's the problem. It's gone past the support here at 750. 750 support. Next support level is down at 730. And this is looking at resuming at 715. Thoughts on Fortinet stock split? Doesn't matter. People ask me about stock splits. It doesn't matter. It's just a way of adding liquidity to the market. It doesn't change the value of the stock at all. It doesn't change the value of the company at all. The best way of thinking of a stock split is you take $20 into the bank, a $20 note, and they give you $20 in 5, so they give you $4 left. So you went in with 1 token and you come out with 4 tokens. The actual value doesn't change. It doesn't change at all. Right, so this is looking at resuming at 715. So that's why it's actually 17 grand. I don't want to put a buy order at 740 just in case it gaps down and I can get something cheaper at 730 for a bounce. But also I don't want to be putting a buy order in at 730 and it goes down to 7. It's looking to resume at 715. So I can't set an order anyway during a halt. Can I? I can't. No. Oh, you can't put an order when it's halted. So typically a halt will last for 5 minutes, but that was a particularly fast flush, so 946. So this is due to resume in like a minute, just under a minute. What happened? I got caught in the flush. So I was up in here and then it just flushed. Dropped kind of 80 cents in like 2 seconds. The volume on that candle is 700,000 on that volume. So someone was unloading big size. Let me just have a look. Just looking at the diamond sales, 1800. The biggest order I can see is 1800. We'll get a little bit of a panic here. Will we climb? Will we get bounced right back up? That was scary. Still is. Patience. And we get back over $8. Now 98 is my average cost now. Just average down. By the way, guys, don't do this averaging down. It's a losing formula. More often than not, it goes against you. If you average down from a losing position, it usually goes against you. Okay, 20-cent trailing stop on this. Limit my exposure, at least. So at least it's not 20,000 down, which is I can recover from. I can recover from a, you know, 10, 12,000 lost. 20,000 are difficult to recover from in a day. Approximately 500,000 share size. Who's got 500,000 shares? I got stopped out, but 12k I can recover from. That's not bad. But in the grand scheme of things, it's bad. But I mean, it's not as bad. You know, we got the bounce up, which is the main thing. So we got stopped out there. We'll look. Ouch. That was painful, guys. But just goes to show, trading is risky. You know, most people lose money. Most people actually lose money, and that's how you can lose money. If you go big, this is what happens. If you go big size, the market goes against you, that's when you lose money. It always happens that the market goes against you when you are being greedy. I had 15,000 shares in that flush. So yeah, look, and the one thing you don't want to do right now in this situation is jump back in with big size, trying to make it all back in one move. I've got to gradually now try and trade my way out of this hole. So it's going to take a while, but I look. I want to look for the break of the VWAP here. VWAP's at 83. I'll get in at 85. So if I hadn't had a big account, that could have, if you would had a $10,000 share dollar account, that would, you got margin called there. They would have liquidated your position. Just glad I've got a big, and which is why it's advisable to have a big account. Fortinet, FT. I'll have a quick look. Get my mind off this. Well, Fortinet, we've got a nice little double bottom formation here, which is quite bullish. It's up at 56. So the volume's not great. If this was higher volume, if we were trading decent volume, and we're trading like less than 10,000 shares a minute. So if this was kind of 50, 60,000 shares a minute, I would be saying, yeah, there's potential to getting up to kind of 56.50 here. But I'll be very careful of trading that right now. You've got this double bottom formation, the W formation, which is bullish, but you need volume. There's just no volume there. Okay, so we got rejected at the VWAP. Like I said, I want to get in for the break of the VWAP here. Well, 727 was the bottom there, Chip. Okay, let's... What else is moving that's probably a little bit less volatile? Anything? Weber? So right now, as of right now, I'm about 5,000 in the hole on PEV, because I made 7,000 yesterday. So this week I'm 5,000 in the hole on PEV right now as it speaks, as I speak. You wish, Alistair. You wish. I think this is closer to a Stoke City than Newcastle United. Well, don't just jump in thinking it's going to bounce. Wait for a bounce to have a look. I'll have a look at Fortinet again in a moment, because I'm waiting for this to start moving up and break this resistance level. I think it potentially could, you know, we're coiling under the VWAP, so actually that's a sell-off. I'll have a look at Fortinet now. So Fortinet, it didn't collapse that much. Yes, yeah, 280 to 56. That was a stock split. That's why it's not collapsed, it's a stock split. Hog Sky. That's a stock split. That's not a collapse. So basically, you're getting 4-to-1 stock split, I think, maybe. Yeah, it's actually, it has lost money, but it's not dropped from 280 to 56 overnight, I don't think. Let me have a look. I'll get back to you on that one. FT Fortinet. Ah, no, it is shares of sub. Yeah, it did collapse. You're absolutely right. No news for that. I mean, they submitted a Form 8, but I'm not seeing why it collapsed. just gap down a huge amount. Sorry, can't tell you. It's not. It wasn't a stock split. It looked very much like a stock split in terms of the chart pattern. Well, this is looking very cup and inverses cup and handle, very bearish. The Nasdaq, we've got the lovely double bottom formation, the W formation. Look at it on the 2 minute or here, moving up, bullish. The S&P 500, similar fashion. So the market's looking bullish at the moment. Some good formations taking right. Half an hour to stream. When all I really want to do is take a walk and regroup. PEV, yeah, well, PEV just crashed on me. So I was in up at the top here and it crashed. I had 15,000 shares at One Life. Cheers, Ferro. So I managed to get some of the bounce, but not all of it, unfortunately. Have you been on their have you been on their own website? They might have a news press release or something that's impacted it. Bugger, yeah, that's a word that. Can I short this? Yeah, it's shortable. I'm not comfortable shorting it though. It's so volatile. I don't want to lose more money on this one. I'll look for something else. Cheers, thank you very much. All right, Verdu sold off. Get rid of that. Oxt sold off. Get rid of that. GameStop. Oh, that's really choppy. AMC sold off. Ouch. AMC. Will you get a reversal now? That's the question. I think you might with AMC. Looking like it's looking to reverse now and get green on the day. So watch for that. Watch that reversal. If you're in AMC, target 1265. That's not a stock pick. That's not a signal. That's just my opinion. Entertainment and education purposes only, as they say. PEV news? No, it's a recent IPO. No, Alistair, I've already had my Barocca when you weren't looking. What do you do when it crashes like that? Well, there's two things you can do. Is you can panic and just sell at a massive loss, or you can give it a minute to see if it's going to bounce, which is what I did. And then I added another 10,000 into the position. I had 15,000. I added 10,000 to average down so I could catch the bounce up. And at least when it started to reverse, I put a trailing stop in there. So when it did start to reverse, it minimizes the losses. That's the problem. There was no news for that. There didn't need to be any news on that sell-off, because quite simply that was just somebody taking profits and unloading size. It got up to 850 and that's all-time highs. So pretty much 840 yesterday, 850 today. Might turn around. I mean, it did this yesterday as well. If you look at on the 5-minute chart, you can see this. I'll go back to yesterday. So it moved up yesterday, and then couple of halts up, and then it went all the way up to kind of 680, flushed down into a halt, continued selling. I didn't get in before. This is where I got in here. So I got in on this one, but then again it flushed down here after it got to 840. So there's some big sellers up at that 8.5. Then it sold off into the close. So watching it again for potential move back up later. Now we've got a double bottom forming potentially there. So if we can get back up to the VWAP, we might get a move up. In fact, I'm just going to take a little position here. The high, this one is 57. Looking for getting at 760. Could be an inverted cup and handle, which is, I'm going to take it for potential double bottom. Right, for the break of 60. Filled at 62. The important thing here is not to try and make your gains back on one trade, in one fell swoop. If it comes, it comes. But I mean, you don't go in with the expectation. I'm looking for 780 here. I want to tap the VWAP. If I can break 780, I'll take some profits. Those base hits. Now back to the base hits scenario again. We get the moves up, great. I'm looking for 780. There we go, take half off. Get confirmation. Got rejected at the VWAP again. The low of this candle is 73. Now I'm looking for it to break the VWAP and test it as come back and test it as support. There's the break of the VWAP. We're still in. We're still in for 2,500 shares. Short up, I said. Okay, looks like we're holding the VWAP. That's a good position to be in. And a $4 resistance there. Add to the position. My exit is 780 now. There's the VWAP. 7,500 shares. Halt up is 850, so we've got quite a way to go. We've got to break highs for it to get halted up, so that's not something we need to worry about right now. Take a little bit of profit there. Just like I say, locking in the gains, base hits. Got 5,000 shares. Put a stop. Don't want to get flushed again. 5,000 shares. Add. Continues to break. Get some more profits. Just locking in the steady gains. I'll move that up to $8. A break even on this 2.5. Got stopped out there. I'm still in for 2,500. I stopped out for break even on that 5,000. Still in for 2.5. Just gonna get out there. Got this topping tail doji, which is a reversal indicator, so might go for me. I'll wait for the break of 820 before I get back in. $8.19 is the high on the 5-minute. I think we're going to get a bit of a pullback right now, so I'll wait for the pullback and then get the entry. No, it's just somebody that collects collects an amount of shares on the way up. Maybe they're holding overnight. I don't know. Maybe they were holding from pre-market. They collect them on the way up and then they just dump them. Take profits when they're getting to that level. Take profits. If they feel like they might have seen the same exit indicators I saw in terms of the patterns and decided, okay, we're not going to get much more, and then dump, and it does that. So we've just made 1,000. It's taken us what cost us 12k. It's just same move up. We've only made a little over 1,000. So it takes a lot more to make it back. Just think of it that way. If you lose 10%, you've got to make 11% to break even. If you lose 25%, you've got to make 33% to break even. So making it back is a little bit more difficult than losing it, just saying. That hammer's crowning bullish. Like the hammer. Back in for 5. It broke $8 again. So we're back up. There we go. With no support at $8. Different time frames have different entry points because it's different patterns, Brandon. So if you're looking at if you're looking at a different pattern, you might be looking at a bull flag on one pattern, you might be looking at a cup and handle on another pattern. So this one down here, I got in here because I saw this kind of double bottom W shape. I got in for the move up. Now it looks like we've kind of exhausted that that run up. Why are you still in Revlon? Sorry to hear that, El Puno. I almost lost a huge amount on PEV, so now we've got, so some people see the double bottom here. Now I'm looking at a bull flag here, so I'm looking at 810 as my entry. And I've got that support at 795 as my my exit. So I'm effectively giving this 15 cents. So I want to be making through a wick up there up to 840. Didn't see the move up to 840, that's for sure. I'm putting stops in place because I don't want to get flushed again. PEC or PEV? Yeah, potential cup and handle. I want to hold that 795. I've got my stop just under 794. So you find resistance and support because you're looking at where the candles have touched before. So I've got this line here that I've already drawn. So it was it was the opening range high, 795. It's about to break. We touched it here a couple of times as a support, but it was also the resistance here. So that's why you're looking at key levels. That was 795. Now we did get to 794 there, which is why I've got my stop underneath that level, because we're never looking at the exact point. If it breaks below it, I get stopped out, which it looks like it's going to do. So there you go. So, and that's why I wanted it to stop. Now we did have the VWAP here, which it's just bounced on. So you find resistance and support by looking at the chart. You're looking at multiple time frames as well. So that 795 level, pre-market 790. I don't think PEV is going to give me my money back today, so I'm going to do what I should have done 20 minutes ago and come back a little bit later. Need to clear my head after that flush, so it could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. We could have been 20 grand down. So it depends. It depends. So here, for example, the resistance is not that wick that's thrown up because it didn't get above that, but it did get to 825. So you look at the key levels. So the quarter, half, and whole dollar levels are key psychological levels as well. If I did this at where this is 819 is where the body of the candle is, but it's actually, it went up to the quarter dollar. So 825 is where that resistance level is. It didn't get up there. It threw a wick up. So we got some transactions up there, but it never actually, the candle never actually went up there. The body never went up there. So I'll look for. I'm going to walk the dog for an hour and come back a little bit later. We'll see what's moving there. We were 10k down yesterday when I come back, and we finished 5k up. So let's see what. Well, no, we weren't. We were 6k down when I came back yesterday. It was the day before we were 10k down, and we came back and got even on the day. So unfortunately that happened. So just so you know, guys, trading is risky. You can, you know, stocks go both ways. And whilst you try and get an edge in the market, like I'm a pattern breakout trader, I trade momentum pattern breakouts. When you're trading with low flow, high volatility stocks like, you know, Phoenix Motors here, there's always a risk that someone is counter trading it. You know, there's always going to be somebody buying with someone selling, and et cetera, et cetera. So you've always got to keep an eye of the risk. Buying risk. Could I have prevented this flush? No. Could I have prevented the losses I took on this flush? Yes. I knew I should have had a stop loss placed at 810. You heard me calling it out, but I failed to put the stop loss in place. So this is my mistake, and mistakes happen. If I put the stop loss in place, would I have got stopped at 810? No, probably got it stopped. I got slippage, maybe $8, $8.95, $7.95, $7.90. But it would have been a lot better than down here. So when it did resume, I could have jumped on the bounce and made that back. As it stands, I made the loss because I made that mistake. So, you know, don't, and again, revenge trading is the worst thing I could try and do now. There's nothing else really moving with the kind of volatility and the moves, the range that PEV's got at the moment, so the Phoenix Motors at the moment. So I'm just going to walk away. I'll come back a little bit later. I might trade it again later if it's moving right. I'm not going to, if it goes while I'm out, and moves while I'm out, fine, that's okay as well. Not worried. I was trading Revlon yesterday, and then Phoenix Motors moved. I moved from Revlon to Phoenix Motors because I was up and down with Revlon. So, and that's what happens, okay? So, yeah, I mean, if you, before I do that, I'll do my usual commercial break, so to speak. So this is me, and you may have noticed that I've changed my profile picture again. On my profile, if you go into my profile, I've changed my profile picture. If it's not this profile picture, it's not me contacting you. Okay, so anybody contacting you, pretending to be me, wanting you to give them a grand so that they will trade it on your behalf, it's not me. I don't trade for anyone but myself. Okay, just check out how many followers they've got. If they're less than 12,000 followers, it's not me. Okay, now if you come into my profile, you double click the face, come into my profile, click the link here, which is the link tree, the TikTok trader. Might get this splash screen, you might not, depending on whatever appliance you're on, phone, tablet, laptop, whatever. Go through. If you do, brings you out to my link tree. Okay, the link tree, you've got all of my socials up at the top: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. If you want to message me, you can do so by clicking the envelope. That's my email address. If you want to learn how to trade, you just click the top first link, and this brings you to the course Day Trade with Tony, and it teaches you all of the strategies that I use to trade profitably. Here's the full syllabus. It's $150 a month. You get the access to the full syllabus from day one. If you go through it in a month, cancel your subscription. Would I recommend? People ask me, how long is it going to take to learn? It's probably going to take about 3 months to actually learn how to trade, and then practice after that. I won't be teaching you anything else after you've gone through this course, but I'm happy to mentor you. I'm happy to work with you, get access to the private Discord where you get that mentorship, and I'm happy to go over your trades and you know, give my feedback on it. As I say, my opinions only. You keep scrolling to the bottom of this page, and you actually get my profitability, 6 months of my broker statements and my trader view reports. Trader view, by the way, this is my trader view statistics. So over the last while, you can see in June alone, before today, 154,000. So I'm looking for 12,000 more to have my best ever month. If this is my second best ever month, but I can have my best ever month if I get 12,000 more before the end of next week. So the last day of the month is Thursday. So I need 12k more on top of this 154 to have my best ever trading month. If I take this for the year, where are we on the year? You can see that we're doing really well. We're over the 500,000. We've got 537,000 for the year to date. I'm a little less than 500,000 on the net profit. This doesn't take into account trades and transaction fees, commissions, etc. So this is where I am on the year. You can see Wednesday is my best trading day. If you're wondering how I know I will get all these statistics, it's just TradeView. You go into my link tree and TradeView. It's the third link, fourth link down. TradeView. So you can import your trade log, and it maps it all out in all these interesting graphs, etc. So I've already had the best month of the year. Just would like to get the best month of my career. Would be nice. So yeah, this is TradeView. If you go back to how do I find stocks to trade? So these stocks in the scanners in the middle of your screen. This is Benzinga, or it's at in the corner if you're watching on YouTube. This is Benzinga. You want to go to Benzinga. This is Benzinga here. Find stocks to trade. I use Benzinga scanners. Now you can try it free for 14 days. It's great. You get alerts, you get signals, you get news, breaking news as it breaks. It really is worthwhile. I swear by it. I use it every day. And that's the only reason I recommend it. I do use it every day. And if you do, after 14 days trialing it, you do want to subscribe into it, use this code, this discount code, you'll get 35% off, which you already get a discount if you go for a longer term, like a quarterly or annual plan, but you can get 35% off the monthly or any other plan. So check Benzinga out. People asking what's the platform I use to trade? Dash Trader. It's a direct access software, and that's the platform I trade on. Okay. Any questions? Just let me know, and I'll finish the stream now and take this snoozing dog up for a walk. I'll be back later for Power Hour, and catch you then. Thought I was a trader. I am MC. You know that. You've seen how well I've been doing this this month. But there's always going to be trades that don't work out for you and go against you. There's always going to be trades that do work for you. There's always going to be days that you lose money. Just remember that, guys. If you get into trading, there are going to be days when you lose money. There are going to be weeks when you lose money. I didn't make any money in May, so that was a whole month. Okay, so just bear that in mind, that not every day is a green day. So I'm going to take this dog for a walk. I'll come back later. Hopefully we can trade off some of this and recover. Maybe not recover on the day, but at least recover some of this. Get under 10k off this debt, off this hole. If I can get back down to kind of 7-8k, gain another 5 on the day, 7-8k, I think that'll be a result. So okay, in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. See you later. Bye. I'm going to take you now.